So, yeah. Lithuanians, Georgians. On Enclosed. Enclosed is a bit of a tricky map to play, but basically you really want to secure your gold in the... going into the feudal age. Or, like, during feudal age. But let me take a look at what Painter had to say about this game. So, goals from this game. Create a system for late game. What makes up late games? What is most important? And something that I can implement in all game. Okay, yeah. I mean, we'll take a look at the late game, how it goes. It's, is it 1500 elo? Okay, cool. Plan was to go for an FC style build with 22 to 23 pop wall in villagers play for relic. Wait, wall in villagers play for relic. I don't know what that means, but okay. FC on this map is not really awesome. Like, it can be good, but if you get taken off of gold, you get wrecked. So we'll see how you approach it. Losing one of my packs shouldn't happen. Wait, what? What is a pack? You mean the mule cart? Comes forward for God knows what reason. Because scout trading HP is good for Jordan. Yeah. He doesn't really mind trading HP. Okay, regardless of his decision to come forward, I should have collected both my wait, what do you mean by packs? Like the water buffaloes? Did he take your buffaloes? Yeah. Yeah, the water buffaloes kind of spawn pretty far away a lot of the time on this map, so you wanna basically bring all of the buffaloes in before you bring in the deer. Okay. Yeah, we are looking at 0-second idle TC, 3 on wood, like just standard stuff so far. So yeah, I can keep reading a little bit. We'll go into feudal and then we'll probably pause it later and look at the castle age stuff. But for feudal, he says I get enough for castle age timing, and opponent comes forward with towers. Should be mostly fine with the spears to defend my expansion. Then I can push back the towers. Okay, yeah. Yeah, I think FC is just not really the greatest approach on this map, just because you do need to take the forward resources. So yeah, if he comes forward, it just makes sense. Ah, yeah, he took those. Not the end of the world, but it's not great. Okay. And we are going to be up, what did you say, 22, 23, something like that. The opponent's got a barracks. He didn't even push his deer, actually. But he knows where you are, and you can always push his deer now. Okay, going for the gold. Sounds good. Yeah, skipping loom on this map is kind of crazy. It's not really an FC map. Maybe you're just misunderstanding this map, but it's not really an FC map. 3 to 8x. This is a long time. Yeah. We'll get through the early games a little bit slower, but we'll definitely skip through a lot of the later stuff because it's not going to be as important. But how you set up the opening is very important. Okay, yeah, being here this late is just, you're gonna lose your guy. So basically either scout earlier or just wait until you're feudal to go scout. I mean, honestly, you lost the guy, but you did learn about the scouts, right? Oh no, you didn't see the stable. Okay, that's kind of bad. You saw that he had a barracks though. You know that it's some kind of military. Yeah, or like have your scout chilling off to the side. Once you see him forward, then you go scout him. Something like that. You can be a little sneaky. Yeah, I like your walls. Yeah, he's sending vills. I mean, makes sense, right? Forces you to make your own tower here. Potentially. But you can make spears against this, so you'll be fine. 2 spears and you're fine. You see it, right? Well, you will see it. Yeah. If you react properly here, you'll be completely fine. Okay, changing the barracks for, the blacksmith for a stable. Fair enough. Oh, you're just gonna give it up? Yeah, you only made 1 spear. If you made 2 spears, it would have been way better. But yeah, it's okay to give it up. You should maybe go to this gold though. Oh, you don't have it scouted. Disaster. Yeah, scouting is really important on this map. And not even just scouting the whole map, just like scout your back resources. You want to know where your extra golds and stones and stuff are. Just always use the scout in the back. Okay, but we are up, so good job on that. You got to get these vills doing something, but it'll be fine. Maybe he's not even gonna... Yeah, he won't even discover this. He's just gonna, like, loop back this way. Or he'll hit this and then, like, loop back over here or something. He'll never find these. You're just looking for gold, but... I mean, ideally, we have this scouted earlier, right? No reason not to. It's kind of map specific, like this map specific, though. Normally, you don't really care that much about scouting all the extra res, but on this map, I really do prefer, like, finding what's in the back of my base, so I know how I can run back. But honestly, these guys can probably just make a TC out here, right? Just I don't know, get them to take a bit of gold and then make a TC. That's probably the play, right? Yeah, that's exactly what you're gonna do. Why not? Beautiful. All right. I like that you kept these with these too. It's not a bad play. Okay. And his tower, yeah, it denies this. It's not the biggest deal though. But look at the res collected. You're actually ahead too. So even though he sent vills forward and you sent vills over here, it's kind of even, you can say. Ooh, yeah, we forgot double attacks though. Ooh, a knight? I don't think you can afford that. Before adding a knight, you need to look at your economy. And horse collar. You cannot afford horse collar. Like, okay, yeah, you get 100 free food from the Lithuanian TC, but yeah. It's not going to be worth it. Like, if you're going to get this knight, you skip horse collar. If you get horse collar, now you're going to idle your TC, and your eco is going to be a disaster. What does the knight do here? Not much, because scouts are faster than knights. Scouts have 1.55, knights are 1.35. He sees the knights, he's just running away. What is he doing right now? He's hitting this mill. It doesn't even matter. And you have the spears, too. You just chase him away with the spears. So in this situation, you don't need a... you don't need a knight at all. So, yeah, I think that's a mistake. These things are 135 res. It's expensive. Okay. So yeah. You'll find that this knight will not really do too much. Although I guess he just has exposed vills here though, which is kind of weird. Oh, he's just like he had 2 vills that were like 0% efficiency. Yeah, he will get his guys in here. I guess you know that he's just gonna come in. Oh, he's gonna attack you. You can just attack him. Yeah, there you go. He'll micro though. Yeah, it's fine though. This is 4 vills doing nothing. Okay, the knight is actually sort of being good here. But was it worth idling your TC for 2 additional vills? That's the question. I don't think so. Like you're down 2 vills because of that knight. 2 knights now. Okay, but I guess it prevents him from making this tower probably. Maybe. Yeah, go for the weak one. I like that decision that you went for the weak one. Oh, no, but you're clicking them together. Yeah, if you click them together. Oh, my God. You clicked them on the tower. We need to pay attention. That initial misclick, it was okay if you fixed it, but then you kind of didn't fix them, and then one of them died for free. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Ah, not worth now. Yeah, we needed better micro there. It's fine. You have 2 TCs, but you're prioritizing making knights instead of just making vills. Like, the whole point of being up this fast was to be 2 TC boom. Like, 2 TC making vills. And if we're just gonna make knights, it's like, why did we even go up? I mean, obviously, knights are good, but not at the cost of your vill production at this point. Good job taking those out. Oh my God, you're gonna... Actually, he's just feeding you. That's nice. All right, well, now it's clean. The tower is whatever. You can ignore that for now. You don't want to lose vills. You just get rid of these 3 vills. They just go to wood or something. We need to be making another TC. This map, once you reach Castle Age, is all about adding TCs. You could be adding 2 more TCs, no problem, because there's berries as well. So you need 6 on berries to maintain 1 TC production. So what would happen if you just had 6 vills going out to the berries, build the TC, it maintains itself for like how much food is that? That's 500 food? That's 10 vills. You put a TC here with 6 vills, that's self-sufficient for the first 10 vills. Crazy. Could be annoying and counterattack with those knights. Yeah, you're probably not going to do too much. He would normally have this walled, but you are right. A counterattack would be okay. Ideally, we don't lose 2 knights, and we just heal them up, but the micro did not work out 100%. It's tricky, but I think you do want to deal with this. So I think maybe a siege workshop could be okay. Yeah, that second tower going up made it a little tricky, but you can just send vills. Honestly, like, you could just send 8 vills. You don't know if he has a million guys in the back, but you just killed a bunch of scouts. So I think it's okay to just send the vills. Send 8 vills, clean this up. TC on the gold, beautiful. This is good, though, that you have an extra expansion out here. Let me see what you said for Castle Age. Losing Knight early wasn't great. Likely could have microed him back. Yep, definitely. Should have sent the first knights forward to deny outside resources, at least punish the mistake of not walling in resources. Yep, definitely. Also, look at the relics. They're actually in a line on this side. So the fact that you went over here was really good, because if you get a monastery here, you're getting all the relics. As Lith, you love the relics too. Okay. And also your unique unit hard counters his unique unit, which is very good, because not much kills Manaspa. Okay. Run into his TC and try to go for lumber camp. Wait. You run into his TC and try to go for his lumber camp villagers, taking the TC damage rather than checking to see if there's exposed vills on golden berries. Yeah. Your opponent will always be expanded. He will never be just in here. So attacking his main base on this map is not really what you want to do. You pretty much always do want to be attacking the outside. And if you take him off of the outside res, then he just has food and wood. And honestly, there's not that much farm space in here too, so it's mostly just wood. And that will be a disaster. Need to put my foot on the gas in one direction or the other. Full eco with monk plus siege defense plus pikeman, or go for 2 stable knights and try to crush his eco. Yeah, this map is all about booming. I think that, yeah, you can siege push, but if you siege push from here, he just expands out here. It's really hard to actually secure the entire front of the opponent's base. So generally you just want, and even if you can, he'll just expand out here. Like, he can add TCs faster than you can kill them, pretty much. So yeah, TCs are important. This TC is not very good though. I think you want to put it on the berries. Securing wood is not important. You have lots of wood. So even though it's weird, but just even here, with farm space around it, with the stone, it's actually way better. For this map. Like, that doesn't apply to every map. But for this map, I think that just a million TCs. Oh, yeah, we're kind of... Yeah, we did not need to go under the TC as well. Like, he's just kind of open this way. This knight should get a few kills, though. Bills only do 1 damage per hit. Oh, you gotta pay attention, though. Actually, good micro by blue. Oh my god, he's actually microing this. You get 1. You're gonna get trapped in here, though. Oh, man. You'll get another one, though. Forging makes your guy kill a little bit faster. He kills in 4 hits instead of 5. Oh, you got 2 hits. Okay, I mean, that was okay, actually. Not too bad. Like, look at the Vil count. Even though you idled like crazy, you're pretty far ahead. Oh, can you do it? Impressive micro, actually, for this level. Nice block micro there. Yeah, I mean, you're in a great spot. Ooh, okay, yeah. See how when you go to place farms, they're all pretty inefficient, except for like 3 of them. This is another reason why you want to place the TC kind of on the berries on this map. Because just, yeah, these farms, like triple air farms, that's very bad. These are going to be extremely inefficient. We can watch the efficiency. Look, he's operating at like, oh, okay. Well, once you, wait, why are we garrisoned? Something happened. We need to, do we really need wood? When we need food. Okay, something happened with your hotkey or something, but you're prioritizing taking wood instead of taking food, which is what you actually need here. Okay. Anyways, he's got churches here. We probably should have dealt with the towers here before it was too late. It's fine though. It's really no problem. You have 10 vills up, and yeah, it's not a big deal. Once you get a castle, then you'll be fine. And you're on stone, so it's no problem. But yeah, all of this wasted res here. We need to be doing something. Okay, maybe now we can finally figure out what efficiency level these 3 triple layer farmers are operating at. Let's just keep an eye on this as long as she doesn't move. Look, this is like, she's operating at like, kind of hovering between like 30 and 50% efficiency. This is really bad. That's, like, that efficiency is so low. Whereas a villager that's a lot closer is gonna have a way better efficiency rating. 66. It's still not super high, but it's still way better. Don't think rams will work. It can. No, rams can be good. Well, with the castle, it'll be mainly good. Rams are all right. But we need to have support for the rams. We can't just have rams. Also, if we're gonna go for a castle here anyways, like, no need to send the ram in. All right. It's all good. We have a little bit of extra, we have lots of extra wood, so just making a ram there it's not gonna set us back much. But look at our wood count, right? This is because part of the reason is because we put the TC here. We really wanted to put it on food. Wow, he's going to redemption. It's fine though, like, yeah, you just have that. No problem. Yeah, but yeah, you really need to spend this wood. So expanding outwards, TC on here, bunch of farms. Necessary. Like, right now, we're just doing nothing, basically. We have 3 TCs going, but we have 1,500 wood. That's the priority. Sending these units in to clean out these units, okay, it's good, but the number 1 priority first is to get that wood spent. Get that wood spent. It's hard on this map. This map and Hideout have the same sort of issue, is that you need to make your farms kind of down here because the main area doesn't have a lot of farm space, so you end up floating a lot of wood. So, yeah, you gotta go. Okay, sending the rams in by themselves is always a little sketchy. But, anyways, the church doesn't attack on its own, though, so it's like, he needs to have stuff inside it. Alright. Okay, there we go. But, no. As Lithuanians, you basically never want to make a mill like this because you get 100 free food. So the mill costs 100 wood, and you're not getting the 100 free food. So TCs cost 375 resources. And by making a Lithuanian TC, you're sort of saving / gaining 200 resources. 100 being food, which is precious. So your TCs really only cost you like 175 wood. And they can make vills, and they can protect your vills. Like 175 extra resources, right? Like you're floating a bajillion. 175 extra wood or whatever. Okay. That's fine. So yeah, we don't want to have this mill. Definitely not. And Lithuanians, they can get hill forts for later too. Like just having 9 range TCs all over the place can't hurt, right? It can be pretty good. But yeah, don't just sit on 3 TCs here. We can definitely have like 5, 6 TCs, no problem. On this map, for sure. Okay. But yeah, you're still pretty far ahead. Still only 10 vills ahead, though. Like, we haven't gotten more ahead. We've just been maintaining our lead. Which still snowballs a bit earlier, so... yeah. You're still in a great spot. Honestly, if you just had 10 Lightus and just... You could definitely deal with everything here. This is not really that important, though. He's kind of just taking your attention. Like, look at these mills. Like, why are we making the mills here? Make the mill in the middle if you're gonna make a mill. And then farm around it. Don't make the mill against this stuff. That's just very inefficient. This is like 4-layer farms. So definitely don't do that. Okay. We got a pretty good food count. Like, at least make another mill on this side, too. If you're gonna make a mill here, like, just make a mill on this side, too. But, yeah, the mill should definitely be in the middle. Yeah, all 3 of your mills are placed like this, right next to this unbuildable area. You really want to keep that in mind, that you need to place the farms around the mill and not the mill on the outside. But yeah, Litus is definitely good to go for here. We're kind of scared of maybe Georgian CA for the late game, but Litus will kill everything. Because you can always get Heresy. Oh, you will lose that fight, by the way. Oh, maybe not. Actually, no, I guess it's fine. It looked like it was going to be a loss, but I misread that. Okay, we got tons of res. Tons of res. Okay, what's the food? Oh, wow, that's his market. What's the food price? You could sell like 1,000 food right now, and that would be a good play. But you need to be making something. Look, the opponent has 0 military, you have 5 military. Neither player is doing anything. And I think that's what you had in your notes here. Let's take a look. So, it says, I hit Imperial before, and by extension have the timing advantages. Don't take advantage of going straight. Litus HC would crush any composition he could make. Yeah. Basically, definitely Litus as the core would have been very good. Hand cannons maybe for Halbs, if he goes Halbs, and then also if he goes for cavalry, like it is nice to have HC instead of skirms in that situation. But winged hussar, wait, no. Georgians doesn't have winged hussars. Never mind. You have winged hussars. Winged hussars have a bonus against siege, but that is not what we are going to be up against here. So, yeah, actually, yeah, Georgians has Halbs, so basically, yeah, hand cannon Litus, as you said, is probably going to be very good. And yeah, you have 5 relics, too. So, 5 relics? There's a lot of gold on this map, though. So it's not that big of a deal, but yeah. We have 6 on gold on the way up, and look at the eco. Like, we have tons of food, tons of wood. We just need to get gold and commit to something. We needed to have a second... Oh, wait, no, we do have a second castle. Yeah, if you just have a better eco balance and spam Litus, you'd be in a great spot. All of the opponent's TCs are, like, here. He's placed them all so close to each other. He should have probably expanded better. Also, he's not even using Georgian churches. Like, a church increases all of these efficiency by 10%. Like, one church is going to be like having an additional 6 vills for him here, which would be a lot. That's a lot. He has a church here, though. That's giving him good efficiency. Although it looks like, no, he still has lots of space. Yeah. The biggest issue here is just not really having any units. Let's continue with, let me just read a little bit more. Compositional mistakes, essentially, that are going to cause serious problems. Like fielding units that are less effective population usage than Hussar. And his heavy cavalry options. Okay, well, we'll see what you actually make. Halberdier are more effective against pretty much all of my selections except skirms. Yeah, skirmishers are good at killing halbs, and that's all in the late game here against Georgians, unless he goes CA. That, like, if he goes CA, then you need skirm. Other than that, yeah, you're right. Hand cannons are going to be better because hand cannons can also kill cavalry somewhat. Okay. Production killing is important to turn the tides, especially to make sure my reinforcements can make it to the fight. Yeah, I mean, you do want to have production forward to reinforce a little bit. That is definitely a good way. And placing buildings also, even if you lose your army, you kind of can keep that area for a little while. It takes them a while to clean out the building, so it gives you time. Going over the 130 recommended makes my armies... Oh, like recommended villagers? I mean, you can make more than 130, though. Like, I had a game where I was Shu earlier today, and I was like 150 something pop. Just depends on the situation. But yeah. This is also the secondary factor that results in a force push being repelled and push back onto the back foot. Yeah, you basically need to make enough units where you can fight your opponent's army. Lose a lot more villagers than my opponent, just making sure I react to these situations, control the chaos more, return the TCs, ensure everything is defended. Yeah, it's hard to defend on this map. This map is chaotic because, like, you can't wall the sides, and also the middle is where all the wood is, so once the wood gets chopped out, it adds another attack path. Case in point for building secure space, we didn't expand to the gold on the left due to his buildings. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. These buildings made it so that you didn't really expand this way. That is a good point. That's for sure. You need to delete bills when you have too many, and then recover economy after stop making bills and your opponent runs over you. Yeah, exactly. I think the better thing to do is just to keep making bills pretty much until you're maxed, unless you just already have everything that you need to push. Or if you just know that you need a few more armies to push, I mean. Just keep making bills until you're maxed out. But ideally, you're making military here, too. So you do end up maxing around 130. But anyways. Pushing from multiple sides, which can work, but requires more focus on both fronts at the same time, especially when my only selected unit being spammed is cavalry against halberdier. Yeah, I mean, you don't really want to run cavalry into halberdiers, that's for sure. Plus cavalry, so wait. Halberdiers and yeah. Opponent will have halb and cav, but you can go halb cav as well, and it's sort of fine. Like, your winged hussars are better than the Georgian hussars, just like raw stats wise. Georgians, of course, has the healing, but and I don't think that lacking blast furnace makes your halbs kill his guys slower. I think they kill in the same number of hits, I believe. Okay. As Nauri cavalry is the unique upgrade for Georgians and the ability to field 5 to 10 more cavalry units in close game. Yeah, definitely. Him having extra cav, but the thing is you have 5 relics, which is like having 5 vills. That doesn't cost you population, infinite gold. So that's like having +5 population as well. So it's not a big deal. Opponent has more production buildings in general for both ranges versus barracks and stables versus stables. Yeah. You just, I mean, you want to have at least 10 to start, and then you just keep adding more as you take space. Is pretty good. Like if you take a big fight, get some production going. Maybe you get a castle with some production around it, can be very good. Secures the area. If he wants to take it out again, then you can sort of reinforce this area fast. Stuff like that. Not getting hill forts is a mistake. Yeah, definitely. Hill forts is quite a nice tech. In some situations, what happens is mistakes compound and snowball into long-term problems, staying 20 to 30 military behind. Not to mention the pop efficiency upgrades for unique upgrades on Georgians. Yeah. Takeaways: understanding late game as a system in terms of momentum and control. Yeah, okay, well, here, let's see. Let's see what happens here. Let's speed it up. Lots of notes. Okay. So, yeah, light cav as an opening is not good. Like, we need to be making a real unit here. Light cav is not gonna do the job. We need an actual power unit to push, as you were kind of saying. Ideally, we'd be making Lightus, and then we can make Trebs once we're up. Instant. Yeah, we are making Trebs, but I mean, light cav isn't gonna really be good. We need to have instant chemistry here. This kind of castle is very bad on this map because he can Treb it for free from here. I really dislike putting a castle here because it means you always have to have units here to defend it, kind of. And he can just sneak 4 Trebs here, kill it, and then just go somewhere. Like, he will just move his guys up here. Also, we don't even have fletching, so it doesn't really range much. Okay. So, yeah, going light cav. Light cav is just a really bad opening. It's not a very strong unit against a civ that has halb. He just goes halb. And also, you're not really using your units, too. Like, these units, imagine they were raiding. Instead of just sitting here, they should be raiding, doing something, right? Okay, here we go. Going into skirms. Yeah, like, skirms will deal with the halbs, which is okay. But, of course, he goes heavy cav with this, so... As you also said, hand cannons would be very good. But yeah, we are pushing on this side. So we would love to have a castle on this side. Instead of this castle here, put the castle here with your push. You want to be kind of supporting your initial push with the castle. Oh, we got walled in. Oof, that's so bad. Your entire opening is ruined now. Entire imp opening was these units. But yeah, you could be pushing. If you just had the castle to support your trebs here. But you put the castle here to kill like 3 vills instead of supporting the push. And yeah, that hurts. Like now your trebs are actually doing nothing. We made 2 trebs and didn't use them, which is a big mistake. Did we actually get... Okay, we got conscription, that's good. Chemistry, but yeah. Just the entire imp timing is gone now. We had the better imp, but then just didn't really use it. So yeah. When your military strength is very low, like early Imperial Age, especially because you're investing into trebs too. These things cost 400 res each. If you make 2 trebs, that's 800 res. That's like, I mean, a castle's only 650 res, right? So like 800 res is a lot. So you gotta get a castle to support your trebs in early imp. Because your military strength, if the game is even, is not gonna be enough to defend your trebs a lot of the time. Especially if you're making light cap, which is a raiding unit, which is not a good unit to defend your trebs with. So your army strength against his army strength is kind of weak. So yeah, supporting with the castle would have been very good. We do need to use the units though. Like we are kind of just hanging out here. We're like, it's okay though, because you have 5 relics. But the thing is, you need to be working. If you're gonna just chill and wait until max, you need to be working towards an actually good unit. Like the lightest, basically. If we were just chilling and making lightest, this makes sense. If we're chilling and making skirmishers and light cav, then this doesn't make any sense. Yeah, Cavalier, basically the only time, or the time that you go Cavalier or Paladin over lightest is when you need that extra Pierce armor. So Paladin have 2 additional Pierce armor compared to lightest. That's why you build them. Is when you're up against, say, Cav Archers or Arb. If you're up against anything else, lightest will outperform. But yeah, like our skirms are just doing nothing down here, shooting a house. We could be pressuring here. We should be pressuring here. Sending a couple of winged hussars at this stage doesn't even matter. You're actually just clearing the opponent's pop space. Like, why are we making a castle here? This is not where the push is happening. And also, a castle at this stage doesn't do anything. Maybe against AI, maybe the AI sends his, like, military infinite into this castle. But against real humans, they're gonna be like, oh, a castle is here. I'm just gonna send some trebs and kill that. And now, suddenly, your castle's gone. Like, imagine you have a castle here to help with the push. It's gonna be much better. Castle in mid is, oh yeah, I didn't even see it go down. Exactly what I said was gonna happen. He literally sent 1 treb and just killed the castle because you can't even defend it because of the location. So yeah, don't go for a castle here. Like his couple towers, like 1 tower, okay, that's all right. That's not a big investment. But yeah, we just took so long to push. Okay. In this kind of fight, you don't need these to ever engage. Like you I think told them to go in and die to the house. What you do is you just click them back here. These guys do the job. These guys don't need to fight. These guys will all die unnecessarily here. Like we don't need to lose 7 paladin and a knight and a winged hussar because these guys will just kill everything. Okay, actually only 3 of them died, but still. These little things matter. Okay. I love how they auto kill the mule cart. But yeah, at this point, we just need to be making a unit. Winged hussar, when we have 3,000 gold, it's not a unit. And skirms are very pop inefficient late. They're like the least population efficient unit in the game. So yeah, recognizing that we have 153 vills probably would help. I like that you got your eco text for imp though. That's really good. Okay. But your push is a single treb. Like a real push has 4 or 5 trebs with some bombard cannons maybe, and a strong unit to actually protect. And maybe you make a castle here and there so that you can fall back. You're deep in enemy territory with skirmishers to protect your siege against Hussar. So that's not really going to go so super well. He will crush this very, very shortly once he gets his Hussars in position. Okay. Throwing down a TC. I like you got the bombard here now. That's very good. We're going so deep. We're going so deep. But yeah, skirmishers have no place in this game. I hope that you don't queue another skirmisher. Looks like you're not going to, though. Looks like you woke up, realized. But yeah, this castle, I don't know. You can't reinforce it, and he can just easily reinforce. You might kill his castle, though. Georgians repair for super cheap, though. Like, it's so hard to fight the Georgian castle. Wait, you're gonna get out? Honestly, you have 4 trebs. You will kill this. You have murder holes, too. Wait, where are we going? That was a misclick, I guess. All right, misclick. I guess you just wanted to get all your units here, but then you kind of forgot that you had these, maybe? Or whatever. Anyways, this will be fine. Will he get that? He will get that one, but whatever. Okay. Don't go for his treb. And, like, basically always go for the castle. Going for the castle is generally going to be better. Not always, but basically always. That one ram is going to ruin your day, but... Like, this is the thing. We should never even be trying to push on this side. This castle never should have existed over here. It should have existed over here to support your actual push. This castle is just like a waste of res. You're kind of baiting yourself into making a bunch of siege over here with no support, when you actually needed to just be pushing here. Like, on this side, if you want to control this side, you have raids coming in and stuff like that. Maybe some stables on this side, but not a castle. We're losing a lot of vills, but that's actually okay. If you just stop making winged hussar and make, like, full paladin is okay here. One full army of paladin will beat a full army of halb. You can at least kill all of his halbs one time. At least one time. So, do we just buy a bunch of food? Okay, we bought a bunch. Oh my god, we just spent 2,500 gold on buying 150 food. That might have lost you the game right there. Holy moly. Like, we can't be spending that much to buy some food. It's not that important. You still have some food income. But yeah, I think we maybe lost too many vills at this point. Just these farms are just kind of out in the middle of nowhere. You got really baited into committing so much up here instead of pushing here. Like, maybe defending on a hill over here. I don't know. Like, you don't even need to be too far out. Maybe going here. This could have been a good hill to defend, but this is too far. This is way too far forward. And it just doesn't really do too much. Yeah, we like putting 7 winged hussar in the queue is not really the play. Yeah, you had all the relics, but you just spent basically all of the relic gold that you just made up throughout the game on 1,500 food, which also has the side effect of making it so that the opponent can just sell his food now for 1,000,000 resources. Where's our market? Yeah, that food price is disgusting, actually. 102, 191. Holy. If the opponent realizes that, it's gonna be over. But yeah, we are on 93 vills, so it's time to try to defend and raid. Defend and raid. Sending all of the paladins here. Oh my, if you get trapped in here, can you imagine? Like, you only needed like 2 paladins for this. We didn't need the whole paladin army. But yeah, going up here, right? Like, his entire economy is exposed. He's raiding you where it hurts. You're raiding where it doesn't even matter, which is here. Like, we need to be here. Look at all that. His entire economy could go downhill instantly. But yeah, we have 0 gold now. 0 gold. Okay. If the opponent realizes that market price is like this, he's gonna sell all of his food and get insane deal here. Okay, we gotta be very careful. Like, we kind of just didn't raid. We went up here, but we just didn't raid. I don't know. Like, if he has 5 paladins chasing you, you just kill them and then you kill all the vills. That's what paladins can do. Winged hussars can't really do that, but paladins can do that. Georgian's gonna sell food for giga gold. Yeah, exactly. We can kind of do it as well pretty soon. We only have 98. Like, our biggest problem here was we weren't queuing vills as well. Always keep an eye on that vill count in the late game. Okay. Like, we should never... I don't know. Maybe we queued this Treb earlier. But yeah, Trebs are definitely not the play. We just need to keep raiding. Keep raiding and keep defending. It's not really about making a siege push happen at this point. It's just about raiding better than your opponent for a while. And if he gets raided, then he will fall apart. You're actually doing a good job with these hussars up here. It's good. That castle is whatever. You don't need this area. It's not that big of a deal. And again, you still have 5 relics, so you should be okay. Market price is still insanely good for whoever sells food first. Yeah, you will probably be able to get a push going to kill that. Wait, we only have 3 paladins, though. I guess they all died to Halb. Oh, boy, that's sketchy. Yeah. He's in here. Only 97 vills. How many vills? We have 1 million TCs, but we only have 3 vills in the queue. We have 8 TCs, though. We should be able to replace the vill count so fast. But yeah, a lot of your farms are up there. We probably want to be farming down here. Probably like castle in here, and we just farm in the corners. Usually pretty good on this map. All right. Ooh, the auto farm in the enemy base. Funny. Okay, so right now, you have 8 military. This is a disaster at this point. So how can you come back? You basically need to stop his push and also defend. We might be able to get a castle, although there's not a lot of stone here. And there's just your army is just not cost effective. Like if you had a range unit like cav archers or arbalisters, then okay, yeah, maybe you can just sit and defend. But we don't have anything like that here. So from here, it really comes down to the opponent like throwing his army against castles or something like that. But ideally what you do in this situation is just try and stabilize by spending your wood. Like you have tons of wood, so any woodcutter. We need to farm, ideally around the castle, which is what you're doing here, it looks like. Keep making vills. We got to get to like 130. And we need to be very careful with the unit micro. We can never just send our units to die to halbs at this stage. Or like to die randomly raiding. These could be making maybe some stuff, but nah, he has halbs in his economy. You wouldn't be able to really get the raids. Just building up troops, hoping that he makes siege, and then you crush his siege, can be good. As long as we don't just send these guys to their deaths up here for no reason. Exact same res collected. Oh, yeah, 104k. Yeah, that's interesting. Okay. So. 0 plus 9. Oh, that's the projectile count. I see. Okay. Making, like, okay. The opposite of good is making trebs, though. Because trebuchets allow you to push, but you can't push if you can't protect your trebuchets. So trebuchets at this point don't do anything. We need to be investing into units that do something. And unfortunately, skirmishers are not the play either. Like, definitely, from here, you probably want to get a big paladin army. Throwing your units against his units, like, we can't do that. We couldn't really afford to lose those units. Like, the Treb is just going to die for free. We're losing the units here. And now we're probably dead. Because now we have nothing. Like, we made another Treb as well. So, yeah, in this situation, no Trebs. I would not make any siege until I actually have a proper army and a proper vill count. Then maybe I think about pushing. But yeah, now we're just going to get run over. Because we don't have a unit. So we'll speed through this rest a little bit. I don't think you can really recover. If the opponent just keeps... yeah, he'll just keep spamming units. And how's the food count? Nobody even sold food yet. This is crazy. Like, that's one way for you to somehow create paladin is just selling food, but it's just not gonna happen. I don't believe. Wait, we got our Vil count up to 100 though. It's pretty good. But it's only a matter of time. Yeah, losing like half the army. Like, we just keep sending our units to their deaths sometimes. Like, we need to just take good fights. And you have cavalry, so you should never take bad fights. Or at least, you should take very few bad fights. There's no reason to send your units under his castle and let them die. Yeah. You'd have to get some insane raids here. You'd have to, like, the opponent would have to throw hard. It's still possible. That's good. You can raid. Oh, wait. Oh, yeah, you know he has a castle here. So going under there is probably not a good idea. Just 85 Vils. Oh, that's a funny little cage he's got there. Okay. But yeah, your biggest issue this entire game was just not really going for Lightus. You need to make a good unit. And opening with skirms and light cav is kind of a very weak opening. But yeah, you kind of came to that conclusion that you needed light cav, or you needed Lightus and hand cannons. You had so much gold. There's so much gold on this map that, yeah, Hussars are kind of a crazy unit, so you still make them eventually, but like just going Lightus, just going all gold units is generally going to be very good, especially for a civ that actually has good gold units like Lith. Your units are actually good. Some civs just don't have good gold units, so you're still making non-gold units, but yeah. Oh, opponent has like 154 Vils. Oy, oy, oy. Yep. We are under 100 pop, though. You're fighting, but I fear it's not going to be enough. How many TCs does this opponent have? He has 11 TCs. Dang. We still have a pretty good number, actually. 4 TCs. No, it's mostly just practice, but any tips / ideas to maintain a clearer mind / system of thought? Feel as if afterwards and in review, I can clearly see a path to a better game, but the execution side is lacking in certain games, which results in me feeling as if I'm not playing with my mind at all and just making random decisions. Yeah, I mean, you want to plan what you're gonna do early. So Dark Age should be automatic. Like, Dark Age is just, okay, I'm scouting stuff, I'm scouting the base, you know, finding my buffaloes, pushing the deer. That's automatic. You're not thinking about doing that, you just do it. What your brain is thinking about is like, okay, how's the matchup? What am I going to do in Feudal Age? What am I going to do in Castle Age? Where my TC is going to go? What's the overall strategy? Like, if I go archers in Feudal Age, can I make crossbowmen work in Castle Age? And then if I keep my crossbowmen alive, can I turn that into an Arb push later? Like, if I'm an Arb Civ. As Lith, okay, maybe you could do archers in Feudal, crossbowman timing, and then you have to transition off of the crossbowman because Lith don't have Arb. So it's not going to be a late game thing. It's like a mid game thing. If you play something like Knights in the mid game, okay, maybe you can make a Cavalier thing work. Just thinking about how what your options are, but also what your opponent's options are. Because you need to be like, okay, well, if I go Knights into Cavalier, well, Georgians has Halb, he's just going to go Halb. So how am I going to address the Halbs? Then it's like, okay, well, Skirms work against that, but then Skirms die to his heavy cav. So hand cannon's probably going to be a little better because the hand cannons can kind of deal with everything. And hand cannon's main enemy is like skirmishers, sort of. And Georgians, I mean, they have bracers, so they can do skirms. But if he's on skirm, then I'm on heavy cav, so it's fine. So it's like, these are the things you got to think about earlier on if you want to have a proper plan. Otherwise, yeah, if you're just reacting in the moment, you are kind of just doing random stuff. Which makes sense. If you're just trying to like react when the opponent's attacking you already, and it's like, it's too late. We need to be thinking of these things earlier when the game is chill. That's why Dark Age is so important, actually, because it's not really about what's actually going on in the game. It's about what's going on in your head and what you're thinking about, how you're planning out how you want to approach the later stages of the game. And it's like, just with more experience, you come up with better plans, basically. But yeah, we generally don't want to just get to Castle Age and be like, oh, what am I doing now? Stuff like that. We want to, at the latest, be thinking about what we're going to be doing, say in Castle Age, on the way up, or what we're doing in Imp on the way to Imp. Like, at the latest, ideally, we have an idea of why we're going Imp and what for and where we're going to attack and what the opponent's doing and how we're going to counter the opponent while we're going up at the latest. But earlier is better. So when you click up, you should have a ritual thought process that happens every game. You get stuck microing. And if you get stuck in micro, you should probably be panicking to go through that process. Yeah, exactly. Like, as soon as you click up, as soon as you're on the way to the next age, that's when you need to chill, because you shouldn't be attacking anyways most of the time, or at least you shouldn't be losing your units, because you're going to the next age and you can get upgrades on your units. So why do we use our units before we're up? So generally you should have time on the way to the next age to really make sure to think about what you're doing in the next age. Yeah. For example, on the way to feudal age, you think about your eco balance. It's like, okay, I have 500 food. Okay, now I'm gonna go like 9 on wood, 2 lumber camps, rebalance all my workers, and then just set up the economy properly. Stuff like that. On the way to Castle Age, okay, you know, I have like 12 on gold. Okay, I'm taking off some bills from gold to wood so I can make TCs, something like that. And then just set up the economy so that I can do whatever strategy I've decided. Thinking on the way up is usually a good time to do it. I think I'm making plans / have a general idea and do the sort of analysis by age, but I guess a question is how to not let it slip from view. Problem is that a problem then is, when should you let the plan change and when should you stick firm? I mean, if the opponent is hard countering what your plan is, then yeah, you have to change your plan. Basically, if your plan is to go for a strong unit, then you kind of force your opponent to counter what you're doing. And a lot of the time, you can just keep with that strong unit and add in a counter to his counter. For example, in this game, if you had gone Lightus opening, and you show up and he's got Halb, you just add hand cannon against his Halb, but you still have Lightus. But if you go light cav, then like the light cav really are not going to do anything. And then it starts to fall apart, because then he can add in like Cavalier, then he has a good gold unit and you just have a bunch of trash. But yeah, basically in terms of opening, stick to your plan generally is going to be fine, because there's not a lot that the opponent can do to make you get thrown off. I mean, something like Tower Rush could throw you off, or early Drush or something could throw you off. But yeah, as it goes into the late game, you have to be adaptable. You can have a basic plan, a basic idea of what you want to do, but then you have to be like, okay, well, he's hard countering me, so I need to add something. And then once you counter the opponent, then you can get back to your original plan, potentially. I wonder how many players would benefit from just ringing their town bell and thinking for 10 seconds idle time versus thinking time. Yeah, maybe could be something, yeah. From the start, you ideally have a mental image of your ideal composition and your counters to the opponent's likely composition. Exactly. So in this game, during Dark Age, we're thinking, okay, Lightus, insane unit, I want that. Lightus beats Monaspa. Lightus will beat Cavalier. Lightus will probably lose to Cav Archers. Probably struggle against Halbs. So Cav Archers and Halbs are my enemy this game. If I see those, what do? Halbs? Skirmishers can be good. Like, Lightus Skirm would have still been fine here. Just as long as you don't keep making skirms after the opponent has cavalry. But even then, it's whatever. But like, you can open skirms here. Like, skirm opening is still fine. With some Lightus. But yeah. It's like, okay. Halbs, skirms are good, but then hand cannons will deal with them, and also hand cannons can kill other stuff, so that's maybe even better. If this map has a lot of gold, then we can do Lightus and hand cannon, no problem. If he goes Cav Archers, okay, yeah, maybe I think of going skirms in that situation with the faster Lithuanian moving skirms. I think it'd be pretty good with tower shields as well. It's kind of a good option there. But the core is still lightest. Once you have enough unit to counter the opponent's unit, like if I have 20 skirms, he has 25 cav archers. Okay, cool. I don't need any more skirms. Now I'm spamming lightest. If he has 40 cav archers, if I've got 30 skirms or whatever, okay, that's great. I don't need any more skirms. Now I'm spamming lightest. You want to have your strong unit. You still want to make your strong unit. You just need to counter what the opponent's doing. But not always. Like, yeah, not always. If you're the one who's going aggressive, you're the one who is kind of got the momentum, then it's up to the opponent to counter you first. He counters you, and then you counter his counter. Stuff like that. Maybe this is more like a performance psychology question. I have been putting in the effort to have a solid picture of compositions and power at different stages of the game and the selection of units that are possible. Did you have a time when you were learning in this game or even in StarCraft 2 that you felt your knowledge was outpacing your confidence in execution? Not necessarily micro ability, but rather the ability to stick what you know will work. I mean, I still just do random stuff sometimes, so I don't know. I don't really think too much. Like, I like to play very adaptive. So I might have a basic idea of what I'm doing, but then I just tend to adapt a lot. So, but I've been playing this game for so long, I can't really remember what it felt like to be, like, not have a lot of knowledge or not have a lot of execution. So, yeah, I can't even remember at this point. But, yeah, I guess I kind of, if I think back, I kind of do remember a bit. I felt like I didn't know what I was doing until I was, like, 1800 in this game. Like, until 1800 or so, I felt like, okay, I'm just doing random stuff, and it sometimes works. After 1800, I was like, oh, I have some more confidence. Like, I kind of know how this game works now. But that was just me. All right. I think we didn't take a look at the statistics yet here. Let's take a look real quick. That's a lot of kills. But yeah, just we were never taking good trades. He was always ahead. The economy was good for a while, and then late game, he just got ahead. Yeah. Jeez. Oh, pretty fast, actually. Nice. All right. If you have any more questions, just let me know. I think I'm gonna queue up. That was a long one. I don't know how long that review was, but hopefully you got your money's worth.